Welcome to the Unstuck Podcast. I'm your host, Drew Cost. Today, we want to talk about what keeps people procrastinating in business and even in content. One of the things that I've learned about procrastination is it's usually covered by either fear, perfectionism, or just simply, it's going to sound bad, but laziness. And we want to help you eradicate that or minimize the damage that it might be doing to your business or even to your life. I like to use a quote or a mantra. If it's complicated and it stops you from taking action, simplify the process. So if it's complicated and it stops you from taking action, simplify the process. Now, every process can be simplified. I'll give you an example right now. Right, so right now I'm recording. I'm using a camera right now. I have one light. I don't have any other lights on right now. Simplifying this process was not doing what I used to do back in the day. So back in the day, I would leave the battery in the camera, so I would shoot and not know if the battery's gonna die midway. I didn't have the right chargers for my mic on my camera, so it would be complicated not knowing if I'm recording and if the sound's coming out and all of that type of stuff. So I had to start simplifying the process, which means I had to start making the process as easy as I can make it until I started taking more action to make it complicated. So what I did was, right now I usually have my tripod stays out somewhere over there, the camera stays in place, and a cord is in the camera so that I actually plug the mic up to the cord, and my mics stay charging right next to me. So my whole setup to do this takes probably about 90 seconds versus before it was taking like 10 minutes putting the tripod in the right spot, and what it ended up doing was I stopped taking action. So I want you to take a second, think, what is the next business decision that I need to make or I want to make and I'm overcomplicating it? A way to find out if you're overcomplicating it is if you had to pass this task on to somebody else, could they do it? And if the answer is no, after giving them a standing operating procedure, then it's probably too complicated. Now the reason why I want to clear up, make it simple or simplify it, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to feel easy. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a walk in the park, but simplifying it allows you to just make one step, then the next step, then the next step. When I was training people with fitness, what we would normally do is we wouldn't give people a meal plan or a diet plan and the workout plan at the same time. I was doing that at first, and I found out people became so overwhelmed they did nothing. Like they just completely was like, this is so much, I cannot do both of these things, so I'm gonna just dip out. And it was discouraging, but I realized it's too complicated. So let's simplify it. Let's just give them week 1 workout and then week 2 workout. And then we bring in the nutrition. And this time people now have some momentum, some success, and they now are trusting themselves to do something that's hard. So here's a way you can simplify doing your content. If you set aside, let's say, 15 minutes a week, let's say you want to get dressed up, you don't have to, or let's just say you want to beautify yourself, however you do that, you can do that. You set aside this 15 minutes per week, and in this 15-minute batch, I want you to record 3 to 5 really short videos. When I say short videos, I'm meaning 30 seconds to maybe 90 seconds, but you can do them 2 minutes a piece, you can do them 3 minutes a piece, a minute a piece. And when you do that 15 minutes, you're gonna have a week's worth of content, right? Let's say you get 5 pieces out of that. You got 5 days right there. Now, if you did this for 3 weeks, you're gonna end up having about 15 different videos. And what I would say for the 4th week is shuffle them, reuse them. We make it more complicated because what we see sometimes is it looks so cool and professional, and that can be. But if you're not taking action at all, you're just basically watching, and you're not participating in the game. So I'd rather you do something like that. Set that 15 minutes aside, go ahead and record your short videos, and then once you do it for 3 weeks, you can reuse it. What you'll probably end up finding is, if 15 minutes is too short, maybe a half an hour. And then now you can get more footage. And I say that because I love my clients, and for you who might become a client, to have real videos of themselves. I'm not against stock videos and stock images. However, I think for personal branding, having more of you is so much better. I cannot tell you, people who I've worked with that only use stock videos and images versus people who use even just like videos done that's not even like really good looking. The people who use themselves more did so much better. Why? Because now people can trust you. People will want to do business with you. People will like seeing the real person. Now, if you want to beautify yourself, I always say that's up to you. You can shoot them raw. I think some can be just raw because it shows the real side of you. You can use that for different ways and different avenues, but you want to make it simple. How else could I make that 15-minute once a week window simple? I can use my phone. I can use one light or no light. I can use a mic or no mic. Whatever allows you to take the action, that is your simple. Now, my simple, how I have one of my setups is right over here is my computer, and it's a mic, and it's a tripod it's an arm tripod that's linked onto the desk. If you go to my website, drewcost.com, you can find my products for free, what I use. And it's so simple that all I do is I turn the arm out, which is the tripod, put my phone in the tripod, plug the mic up, and I'm ready to go. At first that wasn't happening because I was trying to hold the mic, put it in different spots, and do all this craziness, and I realized it's causing me a lot of frustration and it's overcomplicated, so I'm not taking action. So I simplified it. A question that you want to ask yourself when it comes to making content for your business is, what is my audience really want from me? I'm complicating, right? I saw a lady before, and it was so beautiful. She posted a video. It was really good information in the video. Simple. It had just one title on the top of the video, no captions or anything like that. People liked it. People said really good information, things like that. Now, what we sometimes end up doing, be like, no, I gotta go and make flying doves coming from the video. Yes, that could be cool. It can be cool, but what I'm gonna always advise you to think about is, if I can keep it simple until I'm taking more action, why not keep it simple? And if I can keep it simple so that I get information out to my audience, who I'm really making this content for, then it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier that way. My takeaway from this, if it's complicated and it stops you from taking action, simplify the process. If it's complicated and it stops you from taking action, simplify the process. You may have to do a little less, but do it more times. It's called building repetitions. We usually like to go straight David Goggins immediately, and not realizing David Goggins built this over time. It wasn't a one day he's going to be this mighty man and do these mighty feats. It took time. It's going to take you time to be better at things. It's going to take time. But what it's going to take is you taking the action. I want you to get used to taking action. I want you to get used to taking action so much that you start to realize that you've probably told yourself a lot of excuses. I know that because I have. You're probably giving yourself a lot of reasons to quit or get out, but you could probably just simplify the process. So my challenge for you, if you're gonna do those 15-minute gaps of time, let me know. I would love to know what that ends up looking like, how it feels, how you like it, and more. Get unstuck, guys. Go be great.